If you trade, you know the market feels like a battlefield sometimes. But here's the thing. The biggest, toughest battle you'll ever fight, it's not against the charts or the news. Nope, it's the one happening right between your ears.
So that brings up the million-dollar question, right? What is it that truly separates the traders who win consistently from everybody else? Is it some secret strategy, some magic indicator? What's the secret sauce? Well, the answer is kind of simple, but it's also incredibly hard to get right. It's not their strategy, it's their psychology. Look, you can have the best trading system on the planet, but if your mindset is a mess, you're going to have a real hard time executing it. Long-term success in this game is all about mastering your mind.
To understand this, I want you to picture something called the performance curve. It's basically a bell shape. Right at the very top, at the peak, that's the zone. That's where you're calm, you're focused, you're making smart, rational calls. But if you slide too far down one side, maybe you get too greedy and euphoric, or too far down the other, crippled by fear and stress, your performance just collapses. The entire game is about learning how to stay as close to that peak as possible. So let's be really clear about where this battle is actually fought. It isn't out there in the market. The real battleground is internal. It's the constant struggle to manage those two powerful forces, fear and greed.
You know, the market is a giant feedback machine. It doesn't know you, it doesn't care about you, but man, will it ruthlessly expose your every flaw. Your impatience, your biases, your lack of discipline, it all comes out. It's the ultimate mirror of who you are as a person.
So, if the market is a mirror, our first tool has to be, well, a mirror. This tool is all about developing the self-awareness to look at that reflection honestly, without flinching, and really understand what's driving your decisions. Let's talk about fear, because it is the trader's #1 enemy, and it's sneaky. It wears two very different masks. On one hand, you've got the fear of losing. This one paralyzes you. It makes you second-guess and hesitate until a great opportunity is long gone. Then there's its evil twin, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This one makes you impulsive. It screams at you to chase after trades you know are bad ideas. Both are just as destructive.
On top of that, our brains are hardwired with these little mental traps, like confirmation bias, where you only pay attention to information that supports what you already believe. Or recency bias, which tricks you into thinking that whatever just happened is going to keep happening forever. And loss aversion. Whew, that's a big one. It's why we fear a loss so much more than we enjoy a gain of the same size, causing us to hold on to losing trades for way, way too long.
So how do you even begin to spot these patterns in yourself? Simple. You start a journal. But here's the critical part. Don't just track your entries and exits. You have to track your emotions. The source material talks about a trader named John who did this. He realized he got cocky and reckless after a few wins. Just knowing that, just seeing it written down, changed everything for him. Okay, once you've used that mirror to see what you're really up against, it's time for tool #2, the blueprint. This is where you build the structure and the discipline you need to fight back against those emotional triggers. I want you to take a good look at this number, 1%. It seems so small, almost insignificant, right? But I promise you, this tiny number is the most important rule in your entire blueprint. It's the key to survival. And here it is, never ever risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any single trade. This isn't just a suggestion, it has to be a law. Why? Because it protects you from yourself. It short-circuits greed and ensures that one bad decision, one unlucky trade, can't blow up your account. Your discipline starts right here. Your blueprint is your trading plan. Think of it like this. Your goals give you a reason to show up. Your entry and exit rules take the emotional guesswork out of the equation. Risk management, like that 1% rule, is your shield. But here's the part a lot of people miss. Emotional rules. You need a plan, written down in advance, for how you're going to handle stress, a losing streak, or even a huge win. And this is absolutely crucial. Your plan has to fit your personality. There's a story about a trader named Sarah who was very analytical, but she tried copying the fast-paced style of the day traders around her, and she just kept losing. It wasn't until she built her own slower swing trading plan that actually matched who she was that she finally found success. Don't copy someone else's blueprint. Now, having a blueprint is great, but a blueprint sitting on a shelf doesn't build a house. You have to actually practice using it. And that brings us to our third and final tool, the gym. No, we're not talking about lifting weights. We're talking about treating your mind like a muscle that needs consistent training to get stronger. So, what does a workout look like in the mental gym? It can start with a simple pre-market warm-up. First, set your intentions. What are your goals for the day? Second, visualize success. Actually close your eyes and picture yourself following your plan perfectly. And third, rehearse the challenges. Mentally walk through what you'll do when a trade goes against you and see yourself handling it calmly and professionally. The key word here is consistently. Emotional resilience. That ability to take a hit and bounce right back, it's not something you're just born with. It's a skill. And you build it just like a muscle, rep by rep, day by day, through dedicated practice. When you put all this work in, the self-awareness from the mirror, the structure from the blueprint, the practice from the gym, you put yourself on the path to mastery. But you gotta understand, this isn't some final destination you just arrive at one day. It's a continuous, lifelong journey. And that path is built on these 3 pillars. First, discipline. Actually sticking to your plan when your emotions are screaming at you to do something else. Second, resilience. The toughness to get knocked down by the market, learn the lesson, and get right back up. And third, consistency. Just showing up and doing the right things, like journaling and your mental warm-ups, every single day. Because here's the ultimate truth. You're never going to master the markets. They're too